All right, guys. So it says that we are live. We are testing it. Make sure everything is working correctly. Of course, I got to check over here to make sure the feed is working right. So hopefully everyone can hear me. We are having some difficulty on Ryan's end as far as getting his camera up. So I am hoping, well, one, that commercial stops. I am hoping that going live allows him to enter the stream. I don't know why we're having such a difficult time with this. Usually always works. All right, checking audio. Audio sounds good on my end. So Ryan, if you are watching, I know I was just talking to you. Try hitting the link now, and it should let you into the stream. Anyway, guys, once we get Ryan on here, we got a lot of stuff we're going to be discussing tonight. He's got some things over on his end that he wants to show you guys, and I've actually asked him to bring that up and running over here. And I need coffee. I got coffee. Don't worry about that. I do have coffee. I just got to get my coffee ready. All right, so let me pour this and let me check and see who all we have here. Rip Curl, I did see you, brother. Looking forward to having you back on with us. I really do. All right. Rip Curl, is Marv on? Yeah, right before we went live, Bones hit me with a tweet saying that Marv Fugel was going live. I have no problem if y'all want to go over there and watch Marv Fugel TV. Absolutely recommend watching his shows. But we had I'm not shutting our live stream down, guys. We had our schedule for hours, and we have our community here too. So we are still doing our live stream here. But if y'all go over there, no harm, no foul. And I see Ryan now. There he is. Ryan, I see you waving. I'm bringing you in, brother. As soon as I quit mashing the wrong buttons. There we go. Add to stream. Okay, Ryan, can you hear us?
I can. Can you hear me?
Unfortunately so. Yes. God, sorry, man. You got that beard just a rocking. I just shaved today.
Yep. Me too.
Yo, you too. What, did you shave your eyebrows?
Yeah, exactly.
Top of your head?
Yeah. No, sorry
so
for
anyway,
being
guys,
late, though. I had a glitch. Both my computers don't work, so I had to switch to my cell phone. Is what it is, I guess.
I wonder, because I am using cell phone right now to do this stream. I'm not using my computer. So I wonder if that might have something to do with StreamYards. I am not sure. I've used StreamYards on my computer, and I've used the mobile here. So I'm not sure. It could be something with that. I've been looking into buying the Premier package with StreamYard. Yeah. It's just like $200 a year. So I haven't.
Not cheap.
You know, it's just what it is. So we've been using the free part. With the free part, I can film at 720, and with the paid subscription, I can do 1080 video. So, you know what? I'm working on it. We'll see. We'll see. You know, that's a huge chunk of cash right up front. But for everybody here, if you do not know Ryan, Ryan has been with us, man, from the beginning. I mean, I have like double digits or maybe less subscribers. It's back when I first started.
I think you had like 50
Ryan
subscribers.
I may have had 3 videos out. Maybe, I don't know. When I had 50 subscribers, I think I had like 200 videos out already.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Yeah. So I asked Ryan to get over here with us. I've been trying to get him on with us for a while now. He's a busy man, no doubt about it. He runs a business. He's a prepper. He's got a lot of stuff going on. So trying to get other creators and stuff like that online and doing collaboration, sometimes it's difficult. But today I asked him to grab a couple things. I will let you guys know this is something that me and Ryan's working. We're talking right now, working towards a more long-term event of having him over here more often. So we're working out details and things like that. The idea kind of rolled up on us today. Y'all don't get to know everything we talk about just because you don't. But so we're here. So Ryan, as in the description, SHTF Preparedness. I know you take it very seriously, especially if you guys have not seen his channel. I will let you talk a little bit about your channel, a little bit about your website, just so people get to know more about you. Those links are in our description, guys, for his website and his YouTube channel, if you have never heard of him. And it is possible here with the platform.
Absolutely.
It's easy to get hidden away.
Excuse me.
So go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead and before we start getting into some topics, and guys, please put questions in, things like that. We are here to help answer. If you want Ryan just to be the one talking, put it in. All right.
Yeah. All right. I'm Ryan, Prescott Caliber Club. So down in the description, there's a link to my website. You guys can always find me there. I have Facebook, Instagram, all of that good stuff. So if you're looking for me, you can find me. Basically, though, what I do is I run an emergency preparedness store. It's an online store right now. I'm going to have a brick and mortar in town. We're renovating a really old historic building in town, and it was condemned when I bought it. So there's a whole process to that. But basically, for the last couple of years, what I've been doing is opening up a storefront in this business. And I also have always been a preparedness person. So I've been into prepping, into emergency preparedness, hunting, 2A, outdoors, all that kind of stuff. And so I've started following you when you were CFP and when that was rolling. And I found him when I don't know, 50 subs or something like that. And we just hit it off. I don't even know what we first started talking about, but we did the fire starting kit combo together. That was kind of cool. That was fun. I still have some of those online. But basically, I took my life as a preparedness person and I rolled it into a lifestyle with a store and stuff. So it's kind of cool. And as far as my own personal preps, I do prep. I am, I have a lot of, I'm big into freeze dried food storage. I love that stuff. I bought my own freeze dryer, so I do some of that. I started raising chickens, gardening. I'm by no means an expert, but I'm learning, and that's kind of a big part of the channel. More on Instagram and Facebook, but a lot of learning going on over here, and we're developing. When CFP asked me to be on today, basically what we thought we could do is just just go and see if we could freestyle some cool preparedness talk, depending on what you guys want to hear. It can be anything. If you guys have questions like, about products, about, there's certain parts of the industry right now that are kind of crazy. The 2A world's nuts. We don't want to talk too much about that here, but those questions I am available to take, maybe even on another, platform or something like that. But lots of questions, lots of answers. That's what I'm hoping to do today. So that's me in a nutshell.
Well, I do want to point out something that many people may have missed, because I was still a small channel then, a lot smaller than we are today. It was the email scandal. That was one of our big topics. I'm pretty sure you still have that posted up there.
Oh yeah, that's still up there. I don't take anything down. That's fun.
We had a lot of fun with that one. This is back when I was still in a Popka, and Ryan driving around like a madman. But anyway, it was actually done very well. That was one of our first collaboration videos without actual live streaming. I believe this is actually our own first live stream, except for the time that I got to meet everybody there on Will Patriot. He did a live stream a long time ago, and I was able to step in on that one. I believe that was the first time we ever actually got to meet up face to face there.
I think that's right. It's kind of weird to think about it like that, because we've talked so much, you know what I mean? It's like, BS and texting, calling, whatever, and then I've only seen your face. I mean, I've seen your face 1,000 times. I don't know, but
that's creepy. That's creepy.
Anyway, it's creepier from my end, man. Like,
yeah,
he's, you know what I'm saying?
He's stalking me from Arizona there. So when I look up this way, I'm not ignoring you. I'm looking at the laptop so I can keep up with our chat, guys. So if I come across anything
like that a little bit, Joe, because my computer's, like I said, didn't pull up, so I can't see much of the chat. So you may have to help me there.
Yeah, if you're on mobile, it flies by. So guys, if you got specific questions, put it all in caps. To the mods, YouTube may try to grab it and hold it for review. If you see it all in caps, let it fly so I can see it. I got something, Rip Curl. I don't know, Alex. I know everything. LOL. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was the questionnaire. forgot exactly what it was. Something about the greatest bearded man. Who is it? For 300. Anyway,
we didn't even start this live stream, and somebody called me Grizzly Adams. Who was it? I might drop the phone here. I'm gonna see if I can rearrange this a little better so I don't have to look away.
I think that's probably Rip Curl. And by the way, guys, we will get Rip Curl back. We've had some difficulties here on my end here lately, but we are getting everything set up. Okay, so again, guys, make sure you put your questions in caps, and if our mods see it, try to get my attention there, guys, so we can definitely cover it. I will do my best to cover everything. And hello to everybody here. We had like 40, we got 50 people here right now, which is awesome. Okay, so one of the things, yeah, that's all right. So one of the things I wanted to go over, and Rip Curl has been talking to me about it a little bit too. The new thing everyone's talking here lately is about your everyday carry, your EDC. Now, I have my own limitations, and I have not really shown much. I've talked a little bit about it, and mainly because where I'm located, I've actually got locals that are subscribed here.
I have a really good solution for you too that I haven't even talked to you about yet. So we'll talk about that here.
Wuhan. No, I got a dip in, and I just swallowed dip juice. Oh, man,
that's awesome.
Also, I'm not allowed to chew bubble gum and walk at the same time. Good God. All right.
That's funny.
So EDC. I don't show everything I carry, mainly because I don't want people knowing what I have on me.
Yeah.
All right. But I talked to you and asked you to bring on tonight your EDC carry, at least what you're comfortable with.
Yep.
So I am letting you have the floor here for a moment. Okay. I am going to try to see if I can get your screen full screen for this. I know we used to be able to do that, so bear with me while I sit there and play around with the screen a little bit.
No problem. And I can kind of do it right here a little bit too. I'm familiar enough with the cameras to do it. If I turn myself sideways, or if I turn my camera sideways, will that maybe do it?
Yeah, if you're not on landscape mode, you might need to.
I don't know.
There you go.
If I did do it.
Perfect.
I feel like my dad trying to. There. Can you guys see me?
Yep. Yeah, I can see you just fine.
Yeah. Now
I don't know if you can still hear me or not.
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me? We good?
Yep. You sound good.
Okay. I can see myself. I can see myself. Okay, guys. So basically, one thing I wanted to say, Joe, I didn't even talk to you about this personally yet. For people who have any issues or restrictions, or even just desires to carry something like less lethal or anything like that, there's a new solution that's really cool. You'll have to watch my website. Like we don't want to mess around with this live stream too much. I'm talking about 2A stuff, but there's something called a launcher. It's a Byrna launcher, and it is almost like being able to carry, and it's pretty darn cool. So you guys should watch for that if anybody's interested in less lethal, that kind of thing. But basically what Joe's referencing is my everyday carry, and these are my personal, this is actually no joke what I carry every day. These are ankle rigs, and I have some on the website. Now, some of them are more extravagant than others. Mine are pretty ridiculous. Honestly, most people are like, whatever, but I just tend to be that way. I carry 2 of them, and I wear them both on my ankles. Now, the reason that I did this was because I like to carry a lot of gear, but I don't like to have stuff around my hips, around my waist, in my pockets, those types of things. And so I was searching for, I don't know, a couple of years about the best way to carry. I tried carrying like, not a briefcase, but like a soft briefcase, laptop bag, that type of thing. That was just not really working. And what I really found was that ankle rigs were the way to go. I bumped into them because I wanted to carry medical kits, and that's where this came in. I carry my firearm every day, and I always feel that I should at least be able to save a life if I'm able to take one, kind of thing. So I went to ankle rigs because this was a great idea. And so that's what I carry every day. If any of you guys are interested in the contents, it's way, way too much to really talk about here. But there's everything from medical, like a hypothermia blanket, flashlights, knives, I mean, all kinds of gear, but you can definitely check them out on the website. I'm also open to custom building any of them if anybody has any specific needs. I have things like this holster, but blank for you to fill yourself, or you could put a couple items in it, that kind of thing. And then if you're not interested in this version, I can also always share some additional links that I've found over the years with you guys. So that's kind of my everyday carry situation. Now, of course, I also appendix carry my firearm, and that's basically what I carry. So that's in the store. That's all available. I also brought out a couple of other items. I don't know if you guys can see these, just to show you a little bit of an overview of the type of things that I carry in the store. So we have everything here from fish antibiotics, you know, that type of stuff, Sawyer minis, flashlights, first aid kits, and then a lot of things that we just can't talk about here. My licensing, I'm a firearms manufacturer, so I'm an 0702 SOT, and that's basically what I do. So I don't know if you want to pull yourself back in. We can.
All right. Yeah. Let me pull myself back in here. I was just checking out that sweet minigun you got sitting up above you over your left shoulder there in the background.
I'll show you guys. So this is really funny. This is my home office, and during the pandemic right now, basically I had to move everything home. That includes my licensing and my FFL and everything. So this office is set up, you know, safes and things like that. And I have to mark any personal firearms that I have just for ATF, you know, purposes. And so I have a bunch of Nerf guns because me and Knox collect Nerf guns, and I have like personal firearm tags hanging off of all of them. So when the ATF come in, they're kind of laughing, you know.
Well, you know, my oldest son, he's real big on the Nerf guns and stuff, and I've gotten them quite a few of them over the time. He's a big Nerf gun person. I talked to him. Yeah, I did some messaging with him the other day, and he was wanting a pocket knife. I'm like, not yet, buddy. I have not had the ability to go over a knife with you, and I don't want him having something like that until I've actually gotten to train with him on a actual bladed weapon. Even though I know he's just wanting to whittle and stuff like that, I know what he's wanting to do. But I was a boy his age at one point in time too, and I wound up putting a blade right through my hand at a very young age because I didn't know how to hold something while I was trying to pry into it, and slip, there it went.
Definitely.
I've gotten much better over the years. I have successfully, I can actually say I have never cut myself as an adult.
Dang, nice.
So,
well, you should actually look into, there's something called a Nathan's knife, and it's a wooden
Yes.
knife kit. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I saw it on your
Cool
show,
way-
actually. You
cool-
and
yeah, cool
you had
way to
Nazi
start
Boy
off.
there with it.
Yeah, now he's running around whipping.
As a matter of fact, I think that you were opening or attempting to open the fire starting kit with him, and I believe he had that. The first time I saw it, I'm like, check out that.
Yep, it's a little wooden knife kit, and basically you have to assemble the knife. It's got a wood, everything's wood in the whole thing, so there's little pins, springs, whatever. It's a real good introductory tool for kids.
Right fast. We lost you. Are you still there? I lost your audio.
You there?
Okay, got you. For some reason, I lost your audio. Got a lot of our members here, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I saw Survival Preparedness for Beginners. Good to see you. I thought I saw Southern Boy Prepper here with us. Yes, I did. There he is. El Michelle, always good to see you. Josh Connor, how you doing, brother? JT, how are you doing? I see like being married. I don't know what conversation happened before that, but so do I. Let's see here. What else we got? All right. I was scrolling through to find if I can see any questions, but I do want to bring up those ankle belts, especially the ones that you talked about that you can pretty much build your own. Having that blank platform like that is actually pretty cool. Just like looking at chest rigs. Okay. I've shopped around. I shopped around for a very long time before I actually purchased a chest rig because there were things on it I didn't need. I didn't need 8 handgun magazine clips. Okay. I didn't need those things. I needed something I could build myself, and I wish I knew exactly the name of it. It's an Amazon brand that I had purchased, but basically it had the Velcro belt end where you could actually attach your stuff too. I wish it had MOLLE webbing on it where I could just clip it directly on. So basically, I put it where I want it, and then I went in with dental floss and sewing needle, and I fixed it just like that, and it's got every pouch that I need. So yeah, having a blank platform like that is actually pretty cool because you can actually design what you want in it.
Yeah, and I just dropped a link in the chat too for everybody. Just if you click on that, it'll take you right to the whole like selection of the ankle rigs and stuff. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. South Florida, how's the weather up there? Right now it is okay. I got my little vest on here. A little chilly, but nothing major. We haven't had any winds or anything from that tropical storm, which I am quite happy about because I didn't want to take down the panels again. I just put them back on the trailer. See here.
From Southern Boy Prepper, he was asking how heavy they are and how bothersome they are to wear. I'm going to attempt to weigh these right now. You're sitting on my scale, so it should zero itself out. The medical one's lighter. Let me see here. 15.5 ounces. So right around a pound. That's what I would have guessed. The other one's a little, a pound and a half. And to be honest, some people have had trouble wearing them. Like they tried to wear them and they were just like, I cannot do this. A little bit of it probably has to do with like your level of OCD and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But for me, I wore them for a couple of days and I was from there. I just really don't even think about it. I'm wearing them a lot. I'm out in the field doing stuff, chopping firewood, crazy stuff like that. And it's like, oh, wow, I still got my ankle rigs on most of the videos I'm in. I'm wearing them. So they're not, they're odd, but they're not terrible. And what I found actually is if you can kind of make one section of the ankle rig a little thicker. Sorry, I meant trying not to do that Velcro, but if you can see here, there's like this thick section compared to the rest. Right behind, like on your calf, right? Your calf is shaped like, it's all backwards on here. Your calf is shaped like that. Where your pants kind of just hang, there's a gap back there. And I just put the thicker section back behind that, and most people cannot even see that thing at all. So it's odd. It does take some getting used to. It's worth maybe buying a blank one and putting some stuff in it and just seeing what you think of it. I slowly grew them, and now they're just kind of ridiculous. But people don't even notice them as big as they are.
I did see two questions here. Rip Curl brought it up. Laura Larson asked, where can you get fish animal antibiotics and what kind to look for? Now, on your website, you actually carry a brand of antibiotics, don't you?
I do. I'll drop a link right now. I even have anti-radiation tablets. That's funny. But I'll drop a link in right now. This is where I've got some. But basically, I go through the Fish Mox, Fish Flex. That's a pretty good website that most people know. I go through them, and basically, I have like an affiliate link. So anytime anybody purchases from them, I get a little bit. I'm not trying to really make a ton of money on them. I just think they're an important thing to at least have available for a pinch or an emergency or for a real SHTF kind of event. So I have a bunch for sale on there, of course, for your fish.
Yeah, for your fish, because we cannot give any medical advice on YouTube due to legal stuff that can come back and bite us in the rear end. But we as preppers, we understand that there's a lot of things you can read between the line and the gray areas. So yes, and also real quick, guys, on those affiliate links don't charge you extra for the same product. The affiliate links, what it is that we get it for a little bit cheaper price. And when you buy through us, it's still the same price as a website. We just get a percentage because we're actually selling it for them in a way. That's what these affiliate links are. So you're still getting the same price. It's just helping out whoever that you want to be helping out. Like if you go through Ryan for his EMP shield, he gets a percentage of that sale. It doesn't cost you more, and you're actually helping financially aid to him on the exact same product that you'd have paid the exact same price. And actually, I think you've got the discount codes on yours, correct?
Yeah, I do have Cal Club is the discount code for the EMP shields. If anybody's interested in those are actually really cool. I think they're awesome. But on the affiliate links thing, you're spot on, though, because a lot of people don't realize, they always think you're trying to sell them something. But sometimes they don't realize Just clicking, like some people have an Amazon link as well. If you just click that for 30 days, anything you buy, there's like a couple pennies per thing, you know, get credited to us, and you don't pay any difference. It's kind of cool. It's really one of the few ways for a channel like mine to actually monetize, because I don't, every single video I upload, as soon as I upload it, it gets limited or demonetized immediately, because look around, look behind me. Everything I do is just like, oh my God, you know, and I can't get my channel anywhere because of that, as far as money goes. And it's hard to run a channel. It takes a lot of time, but I found those to be good options, and I only link up with people that I trust and use their stuff, you know. And I don't know, sometimes I'm wrong about it, but I would never, you know, go pushing something I don't believe in. So if I find a good product and the company offers an affiliate link, it's like, heck yeah, I'd love to work with you guys.
So. Survival preparedness for beginners. Can you buy just the ankle belt, or does it come fully loaded? Yeah, he does have. I'm probably late in the chat here, so I'm having to scroll up to catch the question, guys. So yeah, that's what we're talking about, being able to just get the platform itself and build it yourself, which is awesome. You can, you know, nothing's ever a one fit for all. You know, there's always something that somebody prefers to have a certain way. So yeah, that's definitely good to have.
Travis is asking, when is the store going to be done? Can you hear me? You got me,
I can hear you. Yeah, I got you.
Travis was asking when the store is going to be done. So like I was saying earlier, we purchased a old condemned building and we're renovating it. It's really, really awesome. Some of the big issues we've had was literally the like condemned. It had to have the second story separated from the first story, raised up, all the floor joists replaced, electricity, plumbing, completely. You had to like take the building down skeleton, but it was worth it. It's a 100-year-old, really, really familiar building in town, stone, really cool. But we're still dealing with a few things. So I'm hoping early in the year it should be open, if not by the end of the year. But it really depends on the county. It really depends on what happens with the election, because there could be lockdowns or something of that sort. And if that's the case, if we have to, like, everybody has to, you know, go in their places and be safe, then people aren't going to be out working, and that's going to delay things. So it's a big issue. But I'm hoping end of the year kind of thing.
Yeah. Also with the build there, I actually enjoyed those older videos you had where you actually had going inside the builds on that building. That was actually really cool. Now I don't want to get too much into it because of what we're dealing with the platform, but you have done some videos prior to the November event, let's put it that way, where y'all were being targeted as business owners that were pro commander-in-chief, and were actually being put on blast on social medias as far as your addresses and things like that by these groups calling for action against y'all. Yeah. And they actually called the sheriff department on you, correct?
Yeah, city police. Yeah, I put out a video. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of, you know, mockery of a sort, but I wanted to at least voice my opinion. I thought what was going on was ridiculous. It was just political targeting and backstabbing, and all it was really doing was hurting our neighbors, you know, the other local people around town. But basically anybody who was, you know, in favor of the current established, or, you know, the current people in charge, anybody there, they just doxed us in a private group, and I didn't like it. So I put the group out on blast, and it turned into a big thing, and they called the police on me, trying to have I don't know, they were trying to do anything they could. They called Time Warner because a friend of mine was selling some t-shirts that had a print on them that they thought was copyrighted, so they tried to have me sued. It was all kinds of crazy stuff, and I don't know, for me it wasn't that they didn't even target me. I'm just so tired of being stuck in this kind of environment. I'm tired of being quiet about it. You know, I'm not going to do anything illegal ever or anything like that, but I'm going to exercise my rights, and that's what I did. I just called them out. It was crazy though, because I don't know how we're going to heal going forward. We're so divided, you know, no matter who gets it, no matter what, we're just so divided. And that's scary, because that means things are unstable. That means we should be preparing harder than ever, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if they're just blatantly open up like this, Rip Curl, I did see your question there. Do you guys keep activated carbon in your preps, and why? I can definitely tell you we do, and we use our activated carbon for water filtration. I did a video back when we lived in Apopka. I was showing I believe it was a 20-ounce soda bottle water filter using activated carbon. Of course, we also put sand, grass, things like that. It's your basic water filter. But yeah, we do carry that, and actually, most of your gas masks actually have activated carbon inside the filters. So, I mean, it does work. Would I recommend still boiling water? It depends on the water source, but yeah, I still recommend boiling water. Will it get a large amount of the impurities out? Yeah. Guys, I was watching I watched Doomsday Preppers last night. And I know I give them a lot of crap, okay? I believe, and I shouldn't, I really shouldn't. There is one individual that's actually a very good prepper. He was on Doomsday Prepper. He's got a YouTube channel now. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Angry Prepper was aired on Doomsday Prepper. And he's actually a very intelligent individual. He's got a lot of great information. So I can't sit there and say, and I did say it in the past, and I do apologize. No one's gotten on to me. I actually felt bad about saying it afterwards, but I talked about Doomsday Prepper. They picked the craziest person and threw on TV and gave us all a bad name. If I'm correct, he was the one out of New York as the firefighter and preparing for Yellowstone, I believe it was. And I said that, and that's not what I meant. I didn't mean that in a bad way towards him, and it came out wrong. So that's my apology for that. He never called me out on or anything like that. I don't think he even knows I exist, but it's a good show. It really is. He's got a great channel.
That's crazy. I didn't realize that. I'm just putting that together right now. That's potentially the same guy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that either at first.
Now.
Yeah, and
I
I'm like,
his channel a bit. I like the guy.
I know, I'm sitting there watching. I've seen this guy on TV before, and I was watching.
I agree with you. I was thinking the same thing, and I was like, I don't know where he must just have a familiar face. I just rolled. I didn't think anything of it. And now that you say that, I'm like, wow, I can remember the that episode. It's nuts.
And I saw him, and I'm like, oh crap! I can't believe I said that. So, you know what? When you say things like that, guys, I didn't mean to be harmful towards him. I was referring to the other ones that are just complete whack jobs. Okay. It's a horrible thing to say, but I was watching, they were talking about water purification, and their experts agreed and put up the little stamp on it. I actually took a screenshot of it last night because I was going to do a video on it, but I do want to bring up the topic. It said you can purify water by collecting water in a see-through container and wrapping the base with aluminum foil and leave out in the sun for 6 hours. No. You want to talk about breeding microbes. You just made a petri dish. I don't know why they put that there, and they put it in text as in experts agreed. No, you boil that water. You take some Florida swamp water out here, you put in a plastic container, leave in the sun for 6 hours. Don't drink it. Don't drink it. All right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I saw that. I'm like, no, why would you all say that? But that there got me. But I had me thinking about Angry Prepper. I'm like, yeah, I just got finished doing that video where I talked about the Doomsday Preppers, and here this guy is. He's actually a legitimate prepper, and he's sensible. And I said that. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe. You know what? I just need to shut up. That was bad.
Foot in mouth. That's funny. Yeah, no, I like his channel. I've actually watched him quite a bit. I think he's a cool guy. Some stuff I disagree with, of course, but that's everybody.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has a right to disagree with stuff. I disagree with a lot of things.
I learned a lot in disagreement as well. That's what some people just fight it
being able to have dialogue.
Yeah,
being able to have dialogue. Even here on this channel, I try to communicate with the comments as much as possible. And just because they disagree with me, I'm not blocking them. When they get nasty, then I just remove them.
Yeah, I had a few like that. I sometimes try to bring them back from the brink. Every once in a while I can salvage it.
Dangerous Freedom, good to see you. And Southern Boy, he was on the first year of Doomsday. All right, yeah, so I did recognize him. It is him then. Okay. See what else we got here. And I know I did see a comment about air bang bangs, and I wish I remember who. Oh, AR-15 is the RX. Please comment on the future of AR. Oh, pistols, braces, and 80 lowers.
Scary.
Ryan, I'm going to let you do that on your channel or your
That's fine.
Instagram, stuff like that. And also, guys, I do not have his Instagram here when we re-upload this video, because when we stop a live stream, YouTube goes through, and that's why you can't see the chat. I've had people, hey, what happened to the chat? I can't carry along. YouTube goes through, and it takes a couple hours, sometimes even longer, to get that available. But after the stream, I'll go in and make sure his Instagram link is up, and I guess I need your Facebook one too. You're gonna have to message that to me so I can make sure it's linked up and everything in the descriptions.
Yeah. And part of the reason too, people should know that I have these different platforms is because certain things are okay in certain places. Here, my channel doesn't get a lot of traction because a lot of the things that I do just are frowned upon, on this platform, and other platforms not so much. So sometimes I'll talk about content on different platforms that I will here. So that's why some of that's important. Also, if one platform, deletes me, then you can still find me. And yes, Travis, you do disagree with me all the time.
Hey, that always happens, right?
Yeah.
Jim Acosta, I've actually seen your icon in the comment sections many times. Good to see you. I don't think you're the actual real Jim Acosta, but if you are, how's it going? But it said, hi preppers, thanks for the live stream. No problem. You've always left good comments. You've never been negative and nasty and stuff like that, which is awesome. But yeah, I don't think you're the real Jim Acosta. If you are, I don't know why you don't have many followers on there. You should have quite a few. But yeah, I just saw you pop up again. Good to see you. All right, Mickey B, good to see you. I'm sorry I missed you there. There's a lot of people here I have missed, and I apologize, guys. I do try to keep up with everybody here. I did see Wandering American in here. Good to see you. Another great channel, guys. We have talked about. We actually had her on one of our live streams. Sorry, I was reading there. Yeah, I have to take my time with reading. It's not a picture book here, so it takes me a little bit longer, guys.
I'm gonna just drop a couple of my links in the chat too, so they're there.
All right, no problem. See here, guys. So he was the guy who lived in New York. Okay, that's still about Angry Prepper. Okay, perfect.
He did confirm that in there. A bunch of people said, "Yep, that's him. That's what was going on."
Okay, so that's him. So Angry Prepper, if you do see this by any chance, I want you to know that I do apologize for what I said about Doomsday Prepper. I did not mean that directly at you. I was referring to the whole genre, what was being presented. You're actually a pretty cool guy. You got a lot of knowledge. Sure, I don't agree with everything you say. I don't agree with everybody anyway. It's just, I don't know. I'm a Capricorn.
I disagree.
But anyway, you have full conversations with yourself. So do I. They say once you start answering yourself, worry about it. Well, I answer myself. I have full dialogues. That's scary. It really is. But I want to talk about something with you. When we're preparing for this the other day, we're talking, what we're going to be discussing, and we wanted to leave it open to the community as much as possible. I don't want to give away too much information as far as on your end of things, but I want to talk about bug out locations. All right. When prepping first hit YouTube, as far as the bug out bags and throw the bug out bags on and take off to the woods, it blew up. I mean, that was one of the big things. And I believe it was like 2012 when it was really huge about just grabbing a bug out bag. JT, oh crap, I'm in trouble. You're never in trouble here. Miss what? Oh, probably because of the Capricorn part. Oh no, talking to yourself. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. Takes me a minute to get clicking here. But now a lot of things are downplayed with the bug out bag, and we do have bug out bags. I mean, granted, I've said before, we're going to try to stay in location as much as possible. Depends on our situation on what we got to do. When we were in Apopka, we had a bug out refill spot to a bug out location because it was a long way to our bug out spot, so we had to have refill stations. In your advice and your experience with bug outs, what are some of the key factors somebody should have already in place at a bug out location? And I know it's kind of hard to say one particular thing because we're looking at multiple scenarios across the board. But let's take grid down as far as power failure as an example.
Yeah.
And if you had to leave your location where you are right now and go to a bug out location, what would you hopefully already have installed there for the scenario?
Well, I mean, that's like you said, it's a pretty broad question, but I think number one, to understand like what it would really take to go do something like that. If you have been in the military, if you have possibly even in certain law enforcement trainings and spent time like out there, you'll understand a little bit better what that's like, because it's a big difference between theoretically getting from here to there with a backpack and getting to the side of that hill and seeing how steep it is, and you got to crawl up and climb up it, and you don't even know if you can do it. So I think the very first thing is that you need to be able to have the ability to really do that. You need to be realistic, because if this really is a real life or death kind of situation, like we're talking, grid down, I mean, we're trying to be kind of serious here as much as we goof around and laugh. You don't want it to be time and you go put your backpack on and you fall backwards and you can't even walk. I mean, you really, really need to be able to figure out, am I able to get there and be realistic? But after that, my biggest thing is power, of course, right? I think, of course, you got to have your water, you got to have all that. But if you already have a grid down, or I mean, if you already have a bug out kind of situation set up, you get some water, get some food, and get some power there somehow. I'm big into solar. I sell solar generators. I deal with it a lot myself. There's even portable, foldable solar blankets and things like that that are out there that are available. I think that's one big thing, because once you have some electricity back, you can get a lot done. You can do a lot. Security is easier, all of those things. But I still think the biggest thing is that people need to be realistic, because I see and hear a lot of people like, oh, I'm going to do this. And I'm kind of like, I mean, maybe, I mean, it would surprise me. I'm not saying you can't, but I don't know, put a backpack on and climb the mountain. It's tough to do. And I think that's what needs to be first. But I think your bug out location, you got to have a good spot. People think that, nobody will find me here, right? I don't know. If
Yeah.
you know people who are used to the outdoors and stuff, they know every tree on their property, every little tipped over branch, they know everything. People are everywhere and they do know these spots. So you're not as alone as you may think. Me personally, I secured some property that's about 80 miles from here, and it's a chunk of acreage that's in the big chunk of state acreage and the big chunk of federal. And it would be a jaunt to get there, but I have most of the heavy stuff, the heavy lifting done pre, water, food, some of that kind of stuff. And really, we just got to get there. So I don't know if that exactly answers the question, but that's kind of how it
Well,
seems to me.
it gives some ideas. I saw Southern Boy Prepper ask, how would you keep your bug out location secure and not be vandalized? Well, I can say this much. If you're not there, you can't keep it from being vandalized.
I can
But
kind
now,
of answer that question though, Joe, because that's a straight situation that I have with the
yeah,
location that I'm talking about specifically. This is a cabin that we have built up there, and it has been vandalized. People have broken into it. So basically, what I've done is I have basically like a vault area. I mean, there's a spot that's just, to get in there, you're really going to have to put in a lot of work to get in there, and you don't even really know it's there and know what to get into. And the expensive stuff, the tough stuff that I don't want stolen, is in there, and it's always about physical security. It's funny, they always talk, like, even when you're talking about like hackers and cyber hackers and all this kind of crazy stuff. If you ever watch them, the guy always walks out with like a thumb drive, and that was the thing. It was always the physical security. If somebody can physically get there, they're going to take it. So you have to keep that in mind, and you have to be smarter than them.
yeah.
And
So I
expect
can,
someone else.
yeah, yeah, expect someone else. I can talk a little bit about our Popka refill spot. I can't give out much information on that because that is still part of that group there in Apopka. But I can talk about the location that we picked is on somebody's property. They are out of the way. how do they're well. It's hard to get to their location. They live on the location. If someone was trying to get there, it'd be very difficult for them to get there anyway. They are self-sufficient. They were working computers, stuff like that online, so they got to work from home. They did not go back and forth all the time. So where they lived at is pretty well grown up and away from everybody. So we had a secure location to go to, and it was always being watched because they were always on property. Well, for the most part, unless they needed extra supplies. That made that a lot easier. Like you said, though, when you're not there, people come across it. They're going to try to vandalize, break in. I mean, it's just there's just some mean people out there. Okay, they think, okay, no one's ever going to catch me if I break in this because there's no one around. But like you said, having a safe room, something like that, something that makes it harder for them to get into. Nothing is foolproof unless you have the money to build the Cheyenne Mountain bunker.
Yeah.
But you
I mean,
still
you
can
also
try your
keep,
best
like,
to, yeah, you can
like
still
for
try
people.
your best to make things as secure as possible.
Yeah.
Don't forget game cams, one in American. Yeah, those are good for follow-ups in a when you're trying to secure a location, but it doesn't like my cameras. They're not the wireless ones where the wireless feed. I have to put an SD card in them, and then I get to review after the fact. All right, that's not the best, but it gives me an idea where things are moving in, mainly for animals. But also, it worked. Trail cams work great if you watching to see where people are slipping in a certain location, things like that. But it's after the fact; it's not real time. Wi-Fi ones, I've seen people buy these, but I don't invest into it because I really think we're gonna have a power failure, and with power failure means Wi-Fi's failure. And a lot of these, I talked to another friend. They were talking about getting a drone. Makes sense. I would love to have a drone, but I want to find an old school drone, something I could charge up. And yes, you're talking about power failure. How you can charge it up? Well, we have solar, we have generators, we have wind turbines, we have ways of charging. I want the old school one where it's not wireless. It records in air, and when I get hold of it, I can look at the SD card and see what's what. Because wireless controls, if there's no Wi-Fi, there's no cell towers that's in operation, they won't work. So there's a lot of things to look at. I'm not anti-technology at all, because power failure is not the only thing we prep for. We just prep real serious for it because I think it's a larger possibility than some of the other scenarios. But as a prepper, we try to do as much as we can.
Definitely. I gotta put you on pause here for a second. I just gotta step and grab a charger.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
So Susan Williams, someone said they dug a hole and buried supplies. We do, Susan. We store a lot of food underground. Okay. We've done videos on the survival buckets. And hey, Ryan, your audio is still up, brother. Just so you know. So don't say anything you don't want to be heard. I can hear you.
You don't want me to fart?
Well, hey, you're the one stuck in that room, not me. So anyway, we done videos on survival buckets, putting food in the ground, and we store electronics too. We store a lot of things, so it just frees up a lot of space for us. And I do believe in spreading your preps out as much as possible. I don't want people to have all their. I've talked about this in the past. Walking into a room, your prep closet, and all your preps are there in your house. And if something happens to your home, what happens to your prep? I talked about the fire I had there in Oregon, where I lost just about all my preps because they were all in the basement. The basement was my what I call war room, and the fire started down there because that's where the fuse box was, and it was just shoddy craftsmanship stuff. Anyway, I lost everything that was there. So yeah, I got my family out. I mean, I had no problem with that, but all those preps gone. So having things spread out was a very good idea. I did have some in the workshop, and we had another outdoor building that I stored stuff in. Oregon's weather was nothing like down here in Florida because of the heat. And I've had some questions where, hey, what about putting all that stuff in a shed? Hey, there's nothing wrong with storing in an outside shed if you can control the temperature. All right, and depends on what you're putting in there. I would not put canned goods in a outdoor shed out here in Florida. No way. I walked into these outdoor sheds and over 120 degrees inside that building because it's just been baking in the sun. That's going to destroy the life longevity of that food, make it go bad way too fast. So if you have the ability to keep it climate controlled, hook up a air conditioner, a little window unit, something, yeah, you could use that as a storage facility. Just like we were using an actual storage facility for a lot of our preps before the November stuff because it's climate controlled. Are those preps still in there? No. Now we have stuff there, but we don't have food items there anymore. I made sure we got all of our food items and brought them here on property or where I decided to disperse them. But like our wood stove, things like that, these big items that we have, our wind turbine, those are still in the storage facility because I don't have the necessary needs for them right now. Those are actually going for our Wyoming homestead. That's why they're still in storage because I don't need them on hand. See here, checking the chat here.
Yep, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Cool. I can hear you.
Sorry, my charger was all the way in the other room. When my computers went down, I didn't even think to have a charger in here.
Well, you've never been accused of being a smart man.
No, that's true.
Neither have I. So everything is okay. Yeah, I give him a hard time. It's just because he does the exact same to me. My wife said we're two peas in a pod. And I told her, she says, y'all are just alike. I said, I know, it's a scary thought, isn't it?
I know. I can't wait till we hang out in real life that something's going to happen. I don't know what.
The cities will burn. Riots will start. Move this.
I'm actually right now. I'm looking for the link to our video because I'm going to share that video here. That
okay. The emails.
The lost Hillary things.
Yeah, that was actually, I had fun doing that, and now I've gotten a little bit better with my editing programs and stuff like that. I think we could definitely do a better one. So it was kind of cheesy on my end there, but hey, it worked.
I thought it was awesome. A lot of people don't understand like some of this stuff. I just put out content sometimes because I'm trying to hone my skills, my editing skills and things like that. Sometimes I'm trying to work on transitions. There's just something weird, so I just go out and make a fun video and do it. But I just dropped a link in there. You guys got to go check this out. It's ridiculous and hilarious, but it was fun. My mom actually called me and she was like, Ryan, oh my gosh, what are you in? I'm like, Mom, my goodness, it was a satirical YouTube video. Are you crazy?
Actually thought that you were being chased.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man. And like, I don't know. Hard to get all those angles when you're being chased in real life,
I did see Rip Curl here. Southern Boy, good call. Besides activated carbon for water filtration, that you can also get at pet stores, I found it activated in pill form that is used to absorbing ingested poisons, etc. So yeah, I'm guessing it's kind of like when they pump your stomach, alcohol poisoning. Not saying that I've ever been down that road, but I do know some people that have drinking more than their share. Yeah. And yes, that's some nasty stuff, by the way.
Yeah, heck yeah. By the way, hello, Rip Curl. I haven't said hi yet. Tried to chat once, but I don't know if we got it.
Are you ignoring Rip Curl? You're gonna hurt his feelings. He's gonna come online and just chew our butts out now.
I know he's gonna tear us up.
Nothing but love to Rip Curl, man. Yeah, really.
Rip Curl's a good guy.
All right, let's see here. So that link there, was that video?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hilarious. I almost want to watch. I'm gonna watch it myself after this.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna take a look at it for sure. See here, guys. I'm trying to find your questions. All right. Oh, so I don't know if you guys remember seeing my comment in the community post. I showed the article yesterday, the day before, I forget when it was, about the U.S. military training with Taiwan. And I said, I can't believe they even let that information out. I've got different responses on that. Yeah, I thought it was kind of strange that they would actually release that information. Tensions and stuff going on over there. Everyone's worried about the WW3 incident. I'll tell you what, I really think the big player is going to be China. I really do. I think that's going to be the dog that eventually takes the big bite. I don't know. That's I don't know. It's one of those scenarios, guys, that you look at and wonder, well, what can I prepare for if it is a WW3 event? I can tell you this much: you're not going to be out there on the front lines overseas unless you get drafted. All right, and that's a certain age limit and stuff like that. I've had people contact me, hey, I got my recall. I've been retired from the military. I got my paperwork. I never received any information like that about being recalled back into the military. I left the military a long, long time ago. I'm 42 in January. And I do want to clear up, I misspoke in my last video, I believe it was. I said I'm 41 today. I don't mean today was the birthday. I meant in today, and I had a lot of people, hey, happy birthday. And I appreciate that, but it's not till January. So I turned 42 in January.
You should just put a bunch of videos out all the time where you pretend it's your birthday and just play with it, see what, you know.
Maybe some type of soundtrack in the background. It's my birthday. Yeah. No, not gonna happen. Maybe. I shouldn't say it's not gonna happen. You never know. With me, I get bored sometimes. You need to work on food, as far as stores for food. You need to work on food preservation, learning how to dehydrate, how to smoke food, how to grow a garden. All right. And I've seen a lot of people very merry unbirthday then. Thanks, Mickey B. Work on this garden, guys. I talk to a lot of people. Oh, I've had problems this year. It's the UV lighting. It's the plane farts messing up my crops. Hey, you know what? It's very possible. I don't have any proof saying either other way as far as it affecting the UV lighting and affecting photosynthesis in a garden. Our garden grew this year. We didn't have no problems. Our biggest problem was the amount of rainstorms we get here. Sometimes it just pounds us and washes things out. So work on gardens. Work on having enough security things as far as I've heard them called freedom
seeds.
It's freedom seeds. That's it. Freedom seeds. And that's a way to get around the platform system. Yeah, have that. My best advice is to look at what happened during World War II. Look at what happened to the rationing. Look at the Depression days and build a idea off of that. I keep hearing a clicking noise. Are you playing with something?
No, but I do hear a clicking. You might be. Is your mic all the way up?
Give me a second. It might be my mic or my earphones.
Yeah, it was a little clicky. I mean, I heard it too.
Okay. It's gone now. All right. So that's just irritating.
Yeah.
There it is again.
I saw Rip Curl asked a question in there, so we'll stop ignoring him.
Okay, what do you have?
He said, what should we be doing to prepare for the upcoming shutdown, whatever? And I think the question still it's funny because it's exactly what we're talking about anyway. It's all kind of the same, you know, but I think right now in like the acute emergency, oh my gosh, I need to get prepared now. Food, water, like if you know that you can eat and drink throughout this, that's everything, you know. There's obviously other things, but that's where I would start. So even beans, rice, those types of things, I just keep, every time I go to the grocery store, I've been buying a big 20-pound bag of it all, throw it in, and just keep going and going and going. And my wife's like, what do we need all this rice for? And I'm like, oh, you'll find out, you know. But that's where I'm at. I just, every time I go, grab 2 toothpastes instead of 1, grab 2 deodorants instead of 1. Everything you could think of in your daily life sure would be nice. That's how I've combated it. But I wanted to expand on what you were saying too, CFP, the ability to garden, right? I'm in my I just finished my whole second year of gardening, and I finally kind of got some yield. I got some stuff. I got some carrots. I got some peppers. I got some cool stuff. Next year, I'm hoping to really get better, but I cannot believe how hard it's been to figure out how to garden. And I knew that, and that's why I started before, you know, I was really thinking anything was getting crazy. But the reality is, people who think you might just go throw some seeds and roll with it, maybe in a place, you know, real fertile place or something. But here in Arizona, it's difficult. And I'm glad that I started learning before, because I'm starting to get into, like, you know, getting my own soil going, stuff like that. So that's a big one. But
Right fast. I got a couple things I want to hit on first. Uh, Southern Boy, I saw something I don't feel like a grain of sand. I try my best to answer as many comments on the video, guys. I really do. Sometimes, usually when I upload a video, I try to designate at least an hour to 2 hours to answering comments, because not everyone gets to see the same. Man, this has got to be my earphone doing this because it plugs into the back of my microphone.
Yeah. Is it just like touching your shirt? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's probably it. So yeah, I try to designate time just for that because, even as a YouTuber, we still have to live our normal lives too.
Yeah.
We can't just sit there the entire time and just sit on YouTube. So yeah, I try my best to comment on, man, what is going on?
Yeah, and it's crazy too. A lot of people don't realize how much time gets spent having a YouTube channel. And we were actually talking earlier today because we were talking about monetization and how that works and how the struggles that I've had with my channel because of the content that I have and stuff. And it's unreal the amount of time that gets put into just having conversations with people that I've never met. Long conversations, information, back and forth, debate. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's mean, sometimes it's funny, but like, I mean, more hours than you can ever imagine, and that doesn't include shooting the video, editing the video, screwing it up, doing it again, all of that stuff. I mean, I could easily spend 80 hours a week YouTubing. I have a store to run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really pretty nuts, and it's as good as you. I guess you could go as far as you're able to take it. If you have unlimited time, money, that kind of stuff, then you can do it. But I do like how you guys are able to, like when you do your live streams, you interact with all of your fans and stuff like that. I haven't started my live streaming yet because I'm waiting for my store to open, but I'm hoping to do it a lot like you guys, where you just include everybody and talk to everybody and get to know everybody, because it's cool to form that environment. And I wanted to say hi
absolutely.
to Josh. I wanted to say hi to Josh Connor real quick. He was asking how the chickens are. I actually had a hen just die. I wanted to ask you about her, but we'll do that in private. But other than that, really, really good.
El Michelle did ask, what do you think about this upcoming trucker strike? I'm not worried about it. I did a video yesterday or the day before. I lose track of time. I think it was yesterday. I'm not worried about it. Man, I don't know why I think it's hitting my shirt or something. As a prepper, we prepare as much as possible. I'm not worried about a few day trucker strike or anything like that. I'm not. I think most of it's just people trying to do a political statement. Yeah, I don't know where that noise is coming from, guys, because I am not moving. That is weird. Let me check my earphone plug-in again, guys.
Yeah, the only thing I was wondering, man, was maybe I don't know if you could check like the setting for your microphone if it's too high. Sometimes you can crackle out. It could be that. I don't know if that's a thing, but
No, it sounds like something's tapping the mic, but I'm looking right at it. It actually connects right to the side of my cell phone, and the earbuds connect to the back. But it sounds like someone's moving something around or typing on keyboards, and my hands are right here. I don't know. That's just weird. So I do apologize for that noise, guys. I do not know what's going on with that.
They're listening in, man. They're after us. Well, you got to watch our video, and then you guys will know why they're after us.
The noise of the man's eavesdropping. I don't know why. I mean, I use the same microphone when I do my audio, and I have it hooked up exactly like I usually do. Just plug in the earbuds right into the back of the mic. It's sitting on a tripod. Usually I don't have any problems, and for some reason we're hearing the clicking noise, which is weird. Some government spooks, LOL. Yeah. See here. Southern Boy, I'm hearing the crackling as well. Yeah, I'm hearing it right here in my earpiece. So weird.
Yeah, I'll fudge around here and see if anything on my end. I don't know what it would be though, because all I have is my cell phone
See, I'm checking the chat here, guys. They can only recall you within the first 6 years of leaving service. JT. Oh, that makes sense there because it's been man, I went in 18. Yeah, so it's been more than 6 years. It's been a long time. All right, see what else we got here.
Jeez.
I have heard that paintball guns work with ball bearings, deadly and quiet. Vicky Savage, I would not recommend going into a bang bang fight with a paintball gun and ball bearings. I would have to investigate that more. As far as when I was younger, we had paintball guns and we used to freeze the paintball itself, and it'd leave whelps, but nothing lethal as far as the defense thing on that end. Sure, we weren't using ball bearings, but I really wouldn't recommend that. I mean, unless you know, I mean, if you're going to be using paintball guns, I would go ahead and invest into a air gun, the real nice ones that shoot, you know, 45 or 50 caliber piece of lead. Before I went out there with a paintball gun and a hopper, I think that's setting up for disaster on that.
Yeah, well, I was going to mention too, like I said earlier, for the less lethal options, there's something called a Byrna launcher, Byrna, Byrna launcher. And I'm going to start carrying these. I have my first order in on them, but they are not a firearm. They are similar to a paintball gun of sorts, but they're designed to be carried like a daily carry defensive weapon. And they come with all kinds of different options that are paintball sized ish. I'm sure there's something different in the diameter because I can't imagine they'd be giving those to be shooting out of paintball guns too. But it's something to look into. It's pretty. They're pretty impressive, and they're pretty brutal. The marketing guy for the company basically took one for the team and holds up a board, and they shoot one of the pepper balls at it, and the guy's like losing his mind. But really cool products anyway. I would suggest checking those out before you buy a paintball gun.
Yeah. Magic Prepper, I'm glad you stepped in, brother. I had to reapply your moderator. I had some moderators I was removing yesterday, and I've had some requests that they actually stepped down from being a moderator. So I was trying to do that on my cell phone with my fat fingers, and you got clicked. So I'm glad you stepped back in so I could fix that, because I tried typing in just your name. It wouldn't let me. So I'm glad you stopped in so we got that fixed, because that happened yesterday. But we got that fixed now, so that's good. See what else we got here, guys. All right. I don't hear the clicking anymore, so that's good. Whatever it was, it's fixed now. CFP looks like a movie star tonight. Ha ha, JT, you're funny. You're just hilarious. I'm so glad I like you so much. A movie star.
It's that good lighting.
It's that good lighting. You like that blue? That blue behind me?
Lighting, yeah.
Actually, I do like that blue behind me. Actually, the lighting is the front porch light. I'm on the front porch. Laura said maybe it's the bunnies making that noise. No, I'm on the front porch out here, and the blue lighting is my my dive light, because I had picked that up. Cool. And it has different light settings. So I put that behind me on the wall, and I do have that old Sanlinky light that I did the review on, guys. This thing's so bright though, it makes me look like a ghost. It just floods me out, and I've actually set it 20 feet away and then had it directed for an extra lighting out here, because I don't have many battery pack studio lights. Everything's plugged into the wall, and there's no outlets out here, so I had to use what I could. See here, I guess the rules have changed since I got out. It was 6 years. Everybody's put in reserve status for 6 years. In time domestic problems, it can be extended. Yeah, I never received anything. I had a lot of people say that they were receiving recall paperwork. I never received anything. So I'm not saying this didn't happen. I'm just saying I never received anything. All right.
Yeah.
Gotta go. Southern Boy Prepper, no problem, man. I'm glad you were here.
Prepper. See you later.
Definitely get some rest, man. see here. Scrolling through, make sure we got everything. So yeah, guys, I actually asked Ryan something we're going to be working here on this channel, and I want to be able to get him, if possible, once a week. If not once a week, at least once a month. And I want him to bring some of his equipment from his store. I want him to show things that we both agree are a good preparedness item, something we can discuss with scenarios and things like that. So that's something we're going to be working together on. I don't know exactly when we're going to have the first one done, but it's something we're going to be working together on because, like I said, I stand behind Ryan's store. I stand behind Ryan. I like Ryan. I've known Ryan for a good while now, and I want to incorporate that into this channel. I prefer going that route than waiting for some Amazon review moderator, whatever they're called again. I forgot their handlers contact me with some other product and say, hey, would you mind reviewing this? But I've always told them straight up, if I don't like the product, I'm going to say I don't like their product. And sometimes they go, well, maybe this isn't right for you. Basically the same thing I will be showing, except Ryan already knows it's not going to get on the air unless we both agree, hey, this is actually a pretty cool item. So it's something we're going to be working on.
Yeah. Or we talked too, we could maybe do, if we do discover any really bad items, we could kind of show that. I mean, I think that's important. Sometimes, things get looked over because who wants to do a video about a broken flashlight or something? But I don't know. I have a lot of flashlights we can test.
So Praxis Prepper, Praxis Homesteading and Survival Skills has stepped in. Praxis, how are you doing? I am a huge fan of Praxis Prepper, guys. First time I come across him, I watched him on Canadian Prepper. I saw he did a Canadian Prepper who had the All-American Prepper, and they were making fun of him. And I went over to his channel just to see why is he being made fun of, and there he was, and the stuff that he was doing, I enjoy watching. And I do remember he did a Halloween, not a Halloween, April Fool's Day video. I believe it was last year or the year prior. I don't remember, but he had a new technique to draw power at night. And I'm like, what in the world? I got to watch this. How can you draw solar power from night? And he sprays a little solution on his solar panel and made sure to tell everybody happy April Fool's Day. I'm like, oh, you jerk. It was done perfectly. And it sunk me in. And sure enough, it was an April Fool's Day video. It was freaking awesome. So guys, if you are not subscribed to Praxis Prepper, I definitely recommend, Praxis Homesteading and Survival Skills. Looks like he's got a different name change there. Now, he's been doing a lot of videos on his homestead build. They've been building a home out there, and he's been doing a lot of videos on that. So that does take a lot of his time. Yeah. So hopefully we see a lot more of his prepping videos and things like that. Here's that video. Perfect. Yeah, that's the link, guys, for that video. I about died when I was like, what in the world? Because I was just getting into solar pretty heavy then, and he was going to draw power at night. And yeah, it was an April Fool's one. Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. I thought you were onto something there. But I'm waiting for him to come out with a perpetual motion machine to make unlimited power. There's a video idea for you, Praxis. Hopefully you can come up with that one. You'd be worth billions of dollars if you did. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to a lot more prepping videos from him. I know he's been real busy with that homestead. And he's also the one that had the UFO alien invasion, where he took prepping basically to a new level. He's just giving a scenario just to get your attention into prepping, which was well done. I mean, the production value alone was freaking awesome and worth watching the series, guys. I really recommend you guys to check that out.
That's one of my very favorite preparedness. I guess I would almost call it a movie, honestly. I pumped that so much. I enjoyed the Alien Invasion series so much. It was the coolest way of like taking preparedness, but making it entertaining and fun and soft enough that it was okay to bring your kids in and watch stuff, but cool enough that it was interesting. I mean, it was just very well done. So if anybody's looking for some new content, I also check out Praxis. He's awesome.
Yeah. If you have not checked it out, it's well worth your time. Go through this playlist. That's what I do. When I find a channel I really like watching, I go through their playlist and I start watching. I binge watch. I do. And for those that are not YouTube creators and you don't really know how the YouTube creator thing works, when you click on someone's video and you watch the whole thing entirely, it helps their channel. It's not just all right, I can take 1,000 views on something and they only watch a minute of it. And let's say it's 10 minutes long. They only watch a minute of, click off. YouTube sees that and goes, okay, this was not a good video, and that's it. But if you do get a video that you want to help support their channel, watch it all the way through. It tells the system this is a good video. That's why people are watching it longer, and it helps push their channel and increases their channel. And I do recommend going through his playlist. He's got a lot of great information there. As always, I don't agree with everything people say. You know, Praxis, I can say there's a lot of stuff there I do agree with. Everybody will have things where they're like, well, I don't really like the way he said such and such. Okay, so the person misspoke. No big deal. I misspeak all the time. When I got electrocuted, it messed me up. Okay, it's been years. I had to relearn how to speak a lot. I don't speak as well as I used to, but I don't speak as bad as I used to either. I used to be a foul-mouthed individual. Very bad. Say swearing all the time is a sign of ignorance. Well, I was the most ignorant individual you ever meet. I can make a sailor blush. That's how bad it was. So YouTube has actually improved my people skill where I'm not swearing every third word. So hopefully, you know, it does help out.
Yeah, I have a hard time with myself, but you do kind of learn to click into, uh-oh, I got to be good mode, you know?
Yeah. And you know, sometimes it does, you get wrapped up with things where someone's being a jerk and you sit there and go right back at them. Some people enjoy that. There's channels out there that's their whole thing. We try not to. It's happened here where I've addressed an issue, and most of the group here in our community, they don't want to see that. They want to see what we have to talk about, not sit there and deal with some troll. So we're working on it, but I'm human. You know, I have feelings. Well, not really, but I pretend to have feelings at times. My wife says I am the most emotionless guy she's ever seen, except towards her, which I take that as a compliment. I really do. She's like, you're a jerk. You really are. You are a straight up. I'm like, yeah. She says, but you're always good to me. I'm like, well, yeah, you matter to me. People that in the store get sideways with me, they're screwed. But yeah. So yeah.
That's funny.
See here, what else we got here? Magic Prepper, hey guys. Here's one for you. Here's one for YouTube. Have you seen your sub disappear lately at random? 30 here, 20 here. Hold on. No, sorry, I said hold on because my screen was moving like it's gonna listen to me. Not to mention not ranking in search hardly at all. Magic Prepper, I have seen those 30s and 20s here disappear. From my experience and from what I've talked to other larger YouTube creators, that is from YouTube doing a search on your channel. They're looking for people that has multiple accounts. And let's say that someone has 8 YouTube channels and they go over there and they all 8 subscribe. Okay, it gives you an 8 boost. But when YouTube runs this system through, it realizes those other channels have not watched anything from you in a long time, and then it just wipes them clean. It removes them. So those are those 20s and 30s all in one day. That's what that is. I've actually experienced that many times myself. I've had people that I haven't seen in the YouTube on the chats for a while come back, hey, I was unsubscribed from you. And when I've talked to them, I said, well, have you watched any of the videos lately? No, I haven't watched anything like 4 months. YouTube removes, they if you're not watching a channel, over time, they'll take you off of it. They'll take it off your subscription list. Okay, I guess they lost, they don't really care about this anymore, so they remove them. So I've seen that a lot. And that was the explanation that I got. Bots. Yeah, pretty much bots. I've still seen the flesh temptress pop up. I report them every time I get them. They're a Chinese company trying to hack into YouTube channels. They'll pop up with all the little emojis and stuff like that. I like you. Do you like me? Type of stuff. If you're a YouTube creator and that pops up in your comment, just click on it and to report it. Do not click on it to go visit their site. They're trying to hack you. All right. They've been hitting a lot of YouTubers hard. I just report them as spam. That way YouTube deals with them. But yeah, that's exactly what that is. There for about 2 months, I was getting them every single day. And that's what that is. See here. because I mean we've seen YouTube channels go down. Aaron T. Scott lost her YouTube channel. It got hacked, and it was a Chinese company had hacked her YouTube account, and she lost it. She had to make a brand new YouTube account. She had like 12,000 subs, lost it all, and she had to restart all over again because she got hacked. Now YouTube has created a secondary login process. I do recommend people looking into that, but you really should start upgrading your passwords. And I was the worst on that because I don't remember things very well. So I do have a notebook that I keep passwords in, and yes, I constantly change them. I don't keep them all the same, and that was my biggest downfall. My one password worked for everything. Not a good idea. You know, it's convenient, but not a good idea. Yep. So we definitely work on those. All right, let's see here. Anything else in the chat? Ryan, do you have anything else you want to cover tonight?
You know, I mean, not really specific. It was, you know, I mean, I can talk about topics, but nothing specific that I have really.
All right, I'm just checking our time here. We are not right offhand. I was checking the chat to see if I saw any questions that need to be addressed. And we're talking about YouTube creators stuff, and I'm pretty sure everyone's getting bored with that.
I know we turned into what's that channel that's on my feed all the time, all the creators tips.
Oh yeah. We turn into D Nimmin. I'm actually a huge fan of D Nimmin. I'm subscribed to D Nimmin as far as YouTube creators. I really try to watch as many of the big YouTube creators as I can. Brian G. Johnson, D Nimmin, Nick Nimmin, and I've told everybody that all like you and other people that have come to me and say, "Hey man, I want to start a YouTube channel." I always tell them, "Hey, go check out these guys." I didn't know what to do. I had to sit there and watch hours and hours on end on how to be a YouTuber. Some people just have that knack; they know how to do it. Others have no technical experience at all, and like, it's not working. So, yeah. You forgot we were here, JT? Yeah. See, I don't forgot everybody was here because we're sitting there talking about YouTube creator stuff. And actually, guys, this actually goes on with a lot of our behind the scenes videos and talks. I'll be sitting there talking to Ryan for hours at a time, talking about trying to figure out the algorithm. And it when you start creating on YouTube, that's your conversation pieces. Hey, what about this thumbnail? Oh, it looks like crap. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny.
See here. If it wasn't for Nick Nimmin, yeah, Nick Nimmin's very good. Him and his brother D Nimmin have a lot of great information, especially if you're starting YouTube. Definitely stick with them. Josh Connor, I need a sugar daddy. LMAO. Well, Josh, you might have a little bit more wrong with you than just needing a sugar daddy, buddy. Wow. Now I know you're goofing around, brother.
That's funny.
But if you do need a sugar daddy, I can make sure I give you Ryan's personal telephone number. You can have a late night conversation with him. I keep hearing echoes.
People are always telling me when I make my videos, they're like, "Oh, you should cover up your plate number and all this stuff." I'm like, I enter every video and I say exactly who I am and I tag exactly where I'm at. I'm like the most, upfront person there is. I'm like, if you want to find me, you'll be able to.
Yeah, my stuff's all over the internet. I don't go around telling everybody my last name, but when you go to my PayPal account, there's my full name. It doesn't matter. Okay, on the back of the Tahoe says survival living. My wife, she sells Scentsy. Okay, it's a fragrance thing that you plug into the wall and stuff. She's a Scentsy representative. She's got her thing right on the back of it too. It's got her name and telephone number. I'm like, I wouldn't put your telephone number up. She says, well, it's my business, I have to. I'm like, well, yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, in today's technology, it's kind of hard to keep your name and stuff from. I don't go around telling everybody my name, birth date, social security number on YouTube, but it's not hard to find somebody if you're looking for them.
Hard to stay hidden anyway.
Yeah.
That's very true. Well, I saw up here, Magic was asking a question about freedom seeds and the availability and there's a shortage right now, basically. I mean, people are arguing about that, but from what as a store, as a retailer, what I'm seeing is I shouldn't say no more availability, maybe a slight bit more availability right now than we were like a month ago. But right now, I haven't seen any movement. I haven't seen anything that really indicates like I'm going to get a big, shipment of Freedom Seeds or anything like that. And as far as your PRC question goes, no, I don't have anything in that.
Sitting there, I saw somebody.
Let's see here. He was asking me something too. Can I
Yeah,
answer Rip Curl real quick? I'll do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Though, but Rip Curl, my favorite. I actually am a big 380 fan. I like the concealability of the small firearms, but I have and I often carry a Kimber Micro CDP, I think it is, and that's in 380. That's the one I really like. There are probably other friendly 380s, little 380s, but that's the one that I like the most.
Josh Connor, no, I haven't ate and I'm diabetic. I literally need sugar. So you must have been talking about the sugar daddy candy. So sorry about that, brother. Really do. It just, you fell right into it. You know where our mind is. It's definitely in the gutter. See here.
We're ruined.
Yeah. All right, guys. Okay, scrolling through here. All right, Ryan. So I don't want to keep everybody up too late. I do know there's some other YouTubers that have gone live, and I'm sure you guys are waiting to get over there. So again, guys, we will be having Ryan back here. We're working on some things behind the scenes, trying to get up some stuff. Ryan, if you have that link one more time for the email scandal, definitely feel free to put that up. And tonight, guys,
grab it.
I'm gonna download it again so I can watch it offline. I should then show my wife it like 12 times. She's like, "You guys are idiots." I'm like, yeah, we are. But yeah. I mean,
that is true.
She's keeping it real, I guess. But yeah, guys. So when we re-upload this, I'll make sure Ryan's Instagram and Facebook and everything there's posted for you guys. Definitely check them out. Be part of that community there. We always help support each other. I mean, we had a great time tonight. So we will be getting Ryan back here more often, and we're going to start pursuing some other ideas here with the channel. We are getting back into our prepping videos, things like that. I did have to take a break the last 2 videos and just kind of reel people in because tensions are high. People are going nuts over this whole thing, and we're losing sight that we need to be prepping. And that's the thing. We still need to be prepping. Everyone's sitting there watching the news. I talked to an individual. They said they've been glued to the TV for nearly 3 days. I'm like, why? Nothing's changing. All right, this is all ployed for a reason. Do not get distracted. And there's a lot of things we got to be, I'm not going to say worry about. We need to concern ourselves about and be prepared for. All right, so this whole thing is just keep everybody looking in a different direction. Stick to your preps. All right, guys. Ryan, if you want to cover anything else before we skedaddle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I really have a whole lot. I appreciate you having me on, and like he's saying, we're gonna do some more collaborations. But really, the idea is that I have access to a lot of products that I'm able to test, play with, see what we like, what we don't like. It's kind of a rare opportunity for a couple of channels to get together and have access to a wholesale selection of tons of products, and I think that's where it'll really be beneficial. So I think it'd also be good for a lot of you, the followers of Survival Living, to get a hold of him, however you guys do that, and let him know kind of, what are you guys into? What are you guys looking for? What are you guys interested in? Because I do everything from, solar products to freeze dryers to 2A stuff. And I mean, it's really covers the board. So we really have some really cool stuff planned going forward. I'm excited about it. But I just want to say thanks to you for having me, and thanks for everybody, for participating. It was a good time.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. So definitely appreciate it. Keep an eye open. We will be having more videos on prepping related stuff. There are some videos I got to remake because sound quality and video. Hey, I make mistakes all the time. So I'm always working on something here. We try to get out something every 2 days, which we do our best to do that. But we do have normal life going here. My wife is really supportive of me putting a lot of time and energy into the channel. So I'm taking advantage of that while I can and work really hard at everything here and make a good experience for all you guys. So again, you know, you can always email me. You can always hit me up in the comment section. You know, I will find it. And if it looks like it's hidden, it disappears, it's because it's been grabbed. So usually once a day I go through, I find your comments, try to get them linked back up so everyone can find them. So anyway, guys, definitely appreciate y'all being here. And we're going to go ahead and end the stream. So you guys have a great night and look forward to see you the next time we have another live stream and during our next video. All right, Ryan, appreciate it, brother.
Have a good night, everybody.